Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Ask the Experts. It's the first time CNET and GameSpot have ever gotten together and had a love child. My name is Jeff Bacalar.
I'm Peter Brown.
And we're here to answer your questions that you have about the next generation gaming consoles. Because we are the experts, and we know a lot about this stuff, for better or worse. First question we have is about console exclusives. Ryan writes in and wants to know which console has the best exclusives out of the gate. These consoles launched within the last month. So, Peter Brown, what do you think?
It's up to me?
It's only up to you.
Yeah, right now, Sony PlayStation 4 has the most console exclusives, if you look at it in terms of just raw numbers. But then a lot of those games also appear on other platforms. So between the two, Sony has the most. But I'd say Microsoft has the stronger, group of games going in. They've got Forza, which is a really impressive racing game that's just, that series keeps getting better. They've got the game Rise from Crytek, which looks really good. That's about all you can say for it.
Right.
Dead Rising 3 is kind of a nice surprise. I think a lot of people were really worried about that game based on past presentations, but it's a really fun title and a lot of people are enjoying it.
I think with Dead Rising 3, it really came together, and like you said, it surprised me. After that first hour, I was like, all right, this is something I could really get into. The weapon crafting is really fun. And for me, I think Dead Rising 3 is probably the best, console exclusive for Xbox One. So I think if you're looking for like the games that you kind of must have out of the gate,
yes,
probably a few better options to go with on Xbox, even though they don't have as many launch titles as PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting too that you have a lot of other games that are available on both systems.
Sure.
Games like Assassin's Creed 4, and those are really popular as well. Obviously, Call of Duty, Battlefield 4. The differences there, though, are worth talking about. Because on the PlayStation 4, a lot of these games run at 1080p, 60 frames per second, where they wouldn't on the Xbox One.
I've done a significant amount of testing in that regard. Having both consoles hooked up together, doing Battlefield 4 back-to-back, doing Assassin's Creed back-to-back. You can tell the difference. PS4 just seems to have that little edge in performance. It's just playing games a little better. Let's look maybe 6 to 9 to 12 months from now. Where do you think we're going to stand maybe a year from now?
Titanfall is a really important title for Microsoft.
Right.
That is the parkour influence, first-person shooter game with mechs and everything, and they've got that unlocked. That's coming from EA, but they've also said, EA said, well, no, it's not just a timed exclusive. Sony's never going to have it.
Right.
Sony, on the other hand, has a lot of indie titles coming that I think are interesting a lot of people who want something that's different from the blockbusters that they can get, any month of the year,
right?
Any console. All right, Jeff, our next question comes from Isaac on Facebook, who wants to know, am I ever going to be able to play Xbox 360 games on my Xbox One?
Oh, this is easy. Absolutely not. Next question.
Okay, well, hold on a second. There is a chance down the road that Microsoft could follow suit what Sony did on the PlayStation 3 with PSN.
Okay.
Take old games, take the code and port it to the system, call it a classic.
I also want to bring up the fact that PlayStation 4 has some really wacky, sort of ambitious streaming stuff planned. We don't really know too much about it. We know that backwards compatibility will be addressed in some capacity.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's not happening until 2014, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
there is a little concrete info. Sony has gone on the record as saying that the service they purchased in 2012, Gaikai, the cloud game streaming service, will be utilized to let people stream PS3 games to their PS4 and even the Vita afterwards.
All right, Peter, that's going to do it for our first episode of Ask the Experts. Thanks so much for the questions. We've got a lot more to answer, so stay tuned each and every day for a new episode of Ask the Experts. Until next time, I'm Jeff Bacalar.
I'm Peter Brown.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys very soon. There's a lot more information coming your way about these consoles. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you soon.